Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a little while, been a minute since I've filmed an episode for Madco Outdoors. Had a lot going on. I'm about 4.5 weeks out from having recently had surgery to close a hole in my heart called a PFO. It's not that uncommon, but it's taken me a little while to bounce back. Had that stay in ICU for a few days, but I am back now. I have been fishing a couple of times. But I was pretty weak, so my brother came down from Tupelo several weekends ago and took me fishing for the first time since I had surgery and took good care of me, so thank you, Lee, for taking care of me. And then we fished our first tournament last weekend in the rain at Lake Ferguson in Greenville. We came in 13th place, and I've never fished Ferguson before, and it was a great time at the Fishers of Men Tournament Trail. Came in 13th place, weighed 4 fish, so my goal is always to weigh some fish at a tournament. Yeah, of course I want to win first place, but me being such a rookie at tournaments, it's just great that I can go and have fun. And learn a little bit from those guys that are around me. But today, we're going to a private lake here in Madison, Mississippi. It's the weekend, it's time to relax. I've been back at work, and it's been kind of a little bit stressful getting back in the swing of things, but it's always good to get out and enjoy the great outdoors. I got Chad Scott, my best friend, one of my best friends, coming this morning from Brookhaven, Mississippi. So we're going to go try a private lake here in Madison and see what we can do. Conditions are bright, bluebird sunny day. It's kind of cool this morning, not really. I mean, it's in the 70s. The fish are post-spawn, so it's going to be interesting to see what they're doing. They were post-spawn at Lake Ferguson last weekend, so they were a little bit tougher to catch, plus they had really high floodwater. But here in Madison, we're going to give it a try this morning. We're going to try some topwater, we're going to try some crankbaits, we're going to try some Senkos. If things get real slow, we might try the Ned rig. So thanks for watching the show, thanks for sticking around and waiting for me to post another video. Sorry it's taken me so long to do so, but I'm almost back to 100%. Still get a little tired every once in a while. Yesterday afternoon I was pretty beat, but that's to be expected. I'm working my stamina up so that I can stay out a little bit longer and do things that I enjoy. So thanks for watching. We're going to go hit the water this morning and we'll see what happens. Got him? Reel that puppy in. Be a head shaker. What you got there, Mr. J? You might have a slew dog. Oh, you got a slaunch, man. I ain't bring no net. Let me lip him. That's a good fish, dude. Oh, that's a finger grabber. Hey, looking at how'd that feel?
Well, exactly.
You felt that delay?
Exactly what you said. He hit, delay, and then he was on there.
That's a good fish. Hold that joke up there. First fish of the day, man. Is that post-spawn tail? He got some of that STD on his side. So he gone. You got that 8-foot diver on yours too. Yeah, it just digs down in that dirt a little bit better than mine does. There he is, right there at the boat. Oh, that's another good one. Oh, he's barely hooked. I got him. Another good fish.
Ranking, baby.
That's a good looking fish. Ooh. I'm talking right here at the boat. Oh, throw at it. You better throw at it. Hope you get one.
Get that boy.
Get one? No, just still trying to work out this.
Yeah, it's putting a hurt on them. That's a bomber, ain't it?
Mm-hmm, bandit, yeah.
Old bandit.
I might need to. I got some in my bag there.
Here you go. Is he right up against the bank?
He was probably about 7 to 10 feet off of it.
Here you go.
Old buck bass.
Hi, little fella. Oh.
Bird dogger, huh?
You're pulling. Well, come on in here, big boy. You're none too happy about that. I guess you get the Clive Cadilla hopper set in your face. I guess you'd be happy either, would you? About half a tank, or a quarter of a tank. The old danker. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're trolling for bait apparently.
About to go out to the rig.
We're gonna go fishing for some tunas. And you a brave little joker. That bait's bigger than you are. You're going to go see an orthodontist about that one. That's the future. Look at the belly on that little thing.
Sorry about your luck, buddy.
Get on out of here. So, he said, that's mine. I had it.
Where you fit in.
Got you one? Ooh, that's a little butterball turkey. Ooh, that is a nice one. You need some help?
Well, come on now, Billy. He swallowed that crankbait. he swallowed that crankbait. He swallowed that thing.
Allow them to take it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good looking fish. Turned out being a crankbait morning after all, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right in the no. Right in the back side of that ball right there. Last time I remember you wore my butt out. Ooh.
Oh, whippersnapper.
Monster.
Camera on? Yeah. I done changed over that tequila sunrise. That other one was. So I'm getting a rat-tat-tat put on this thing. I don't know what it is about tequila sunrise, but they sure like it out here. Look at that ankle biter. Might be the smallest fishes I've ever caught out here. Got him on that Cinco.
Cinco Nation in the forehead.
Eventually. So as soon as it hit the water, he took off. He's a scrubby little joker. Look at that little football. Oh, Nelly. Got that worm in his belly.
He's a tester.
Oh, he swallowed that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I get him. That's gonna be a little work to do on that one.
He's got some gonorrhea on his top fin,
Oh, oh, he ain't bad. I can get that out. Look at him. Oh, he does have the syphilades. I give that dive about a 2.3. So that joker got some legs on him, don't he? Hey, stick your thumb in the mouth.
What are you doing? Funky wild tissue.
Nice. Son, he looked like he needed a meal. Uh-oh. There's one. Uh-oh. Oh, we done found them. Well, you got lucky on calling that. Chad said, I bet they back down in there in that moderately deep water, not super deep. Stick your thumb in his mouth. And that's exactly where they at. I mean, they ain't big, but if you could use your expertise and find the lunkers, we'll be so enough sitting straight.
Oh, what do you got? That thing of silver coming through the water.
Gill hooked that joker. There he is. Right there on that edge again. There must be a drop right there. There's another one. They're catching a bunch of dinks, but it's better than a sticking eye. Side of it. There you go. Good job, man. Man, is that a beluga whale? What's going on? We should be keeping these in the live well. But we ain't. It's good fish. Daggone, that dude come up and hammered that. I hope I got that on video. That joker come out from that log and just, I hope I got that on video. He put the bamboozle on that thing. He sure did. Boy. But when they hit like that, I don't care what size they are. They're just fun. Skinny little joker. Ooh, that's a better fish right there. Mm-hmm. Thanks for calling that shot there. Hey, that hook ain't even in his mouth. How you pull that off? Right in his eye socket. Sorry about you, buddy.
Sorry about you.
You're going to need to see the ophthalmologist. Well, that's a good one. Oh, I can get him. It's just 7 foot deep.
Straight out?
Right down parallel to the bank. Look at that. You got one on drop shot?
Drop shot!
Look at him go! Oh my goodness. Chad been wanting to catch one on that drop shot for a while. Look at you, man. Hot dog.
Finally!
What'd it feel like? Right when you got him in, I was getting bumped. I thought we was finna double up.
Oh, whopper.
Whopper! Good deal, man. Look at the drop shot, baby. That's a good looking fish. Sweet Caroline, dun dun dun, every time I catch a fish. Carolina rig, baby. Slunk donkey. He's out here deep. To me, you won't find a better search bait than a Carolina rig. I feel everything down there. And it's not a dum-dum hit. All of a sudden he's just there swimming with it and you can feel him tugging like a catfish. Ooh, that's another good one, Chad. Oh my God. Oh! Oh, he broke it. Dang. Hey, you see where he had that thing?
Choked it.
He choked it. All right, I got my spotlight on. Let's get rigged up.
Hey, I'm sorry about your belly.
Hi guys, so I'm about
2 weeks late closing this video out. I have a lot of things going on. But I did want to visit with you right quick and let you know how we were catching these fish. It's a good bit after the spawn. We're coming into the summer part of the season. Long story short, we caught these fish early, shallow off a main lake point next to a transition area. You know, we were probably fishing in 4 to 8 foot of water, and we were probably 100 yards off from about 15 to 16 foot of water. So in the summertime, if you can find somewhere early in the morning that's close to a transition where the fish can go back deep when the water starts getting hot and the sun gets high, that's places to key in on. But what we really started racking up on, I don't have the particular crankbait that Chad was using, but I think it was a Bandit Bomber 8-foot diver. It was chartreuse blue and green. He caught a bunch of fish. I was also catching some fish, but I was using a bait from Academy called an H2O Express thread fin. And this bait usually runs 3 to 5 foot deep. And I was fishing that on 12-pound fluorocarbon, 10-pound fluorocarbon, excuse me, on a 7-foot medium heavy moderate taper rod. I like a moderate because it allows that crankbait to bounce off lumber, rocks, and things without getting hung up. And it also gives me a high level of sensitivity with that bait. So that's what I was using, H2O Express. You can buy them at Academy. They're a good bit cheaper than competing brands. I typically, when that bite slowed down, we went to a weightless Senko. So what we did was we rigged our Senkos. I like to use a 2 offset straight shank. Chad likes to use a wide gap. You can use either one, whatever your preference is. I find that I get a little bit less line twist when I use this hook, but the wide gap ones, when the fish bite on it, it gives them a lot more hook to bite down on, and you can get good hook sets with them. This happens to be a 5 3/4 inch, I think, watermelon candy sticko bait from Bass Pro Shops. I like to buy those a good bit because they're so cheap. What we would do, and you can see it on the video, I let that bait fall, give it a few pops, and then it gives it that erratic action, allows it to fall again, and it shakes on its way down, and when I would pop it, you know, you'd feel the fish there, all of a sudden you'd feel the weight. Now, what was really key here is that when we moved off to the levee, you can see it in the footage, we were casting up into about 4 foot of water, and the boat was in about 14 foot of water. So what we were typically doing is we were catching those fish, transitioning back out to deep water off that levee. In the space we were at, casting 4 foot deep, dragging that Carolina rig back out to the boat. I'll show you how I set mine up. Now this one's been busted up. I was using glass beads on this particular day. I like to use plastic beads because you don't get them to break as often and cut your line, but the glass beads provide a whole lot more noise. So I kind of show you what I was doing. I ran out of my favorite tungsten baits, which I like Swagger tungsten. Swagger, to me, they don't chip. The paint stays on them. The insides of them are polished, so you're not looking at a bunch of line breaks because they're being cut. I had to tie on a rinky-dink one here from a different company. We're not going to mention them, but the paint always chips off of them. But I was using a 1/2 ounce, or actually a 3/8 to a 1/4, depending on what your water situations are. But typically I use a 1/2 ounce. That's what I was using that day. The Swagger tackle makes some of the best tungsten on the market. It's cheaper, doesn't chip, and it is a stellar tungsten. So I had a white bead and a red bead made out of glass. The white one's obviously busted off. And I had a clacker in the middle of it. So when that was coming through there on the bottom, it made a lot of noise. I was using 20-pound fluorocarbon, and my leader was 12-pound monofilament, mainly because monofilament's buoyant and it lets this little plastic bait I was using float up off the bottom. You can use any assorted plastic bait that you want for tungsten, not a tungsten, but a Carolina rig. And I had about I don't know, 18 inches, 19 inches, maybe 20, a leader on that monofilament. And this thing is absolutely chewed up. As you can see in the video, we caught a bunch of fish on a Carolina rig. It's a great search bait. I didn't use it a whole lot prior to about 3 or 4 years ago, but I'm glad that Jim Phillips, who fishes the FLW, and we fish a lot together, he talked me into this. He said, you know, I think you need to have one of these on the front deck of your boat all year long. It is a great search bait. It is a great transition bait. It's kind of a catch-all for me right now. So we started out early on those main lake points close to those transition areas. Crankbaits, we moved off to Cincos, and then we went straight Carolina rigs. And as you can see from the footage, we did very well. If you're interested in Swagger tungsten, to me, that is my go-to for tungsten. You can go to swaggertackle.com, and when you get there and you order some, if you use this promotion code EW2019, you get an additional 15% off of your order today. So use that code EW2019, and you will not be disappointed. They got flipping tungsten, they got Carolina rigs, you know, the ones that look like barrels. They're great. I prefer the bullet weight shaped tungsten weights because that's what I'm used to. But I have a little bit of all of them, and to me, for the price, you're not paying an exorbitant amount of money for a true tungsten bait that's going to give you great performance, and the paint's going to stay on there. Thank you guys for watching. I had a great time. Hopefully we'll be able to post more videos very soon. I'm getting better every day health-wise, and I appreciate you guys sticking around, hanging in there with me while I'm trying to get back on my feet. But hope you enjoyed today. Hope you learned something. But you can't learn unless you get out there and you throw a line in the water. So get out there as much as you can. Take a friend with you, and just have a good time out there on the water. We'll see you next time.